Hey guys, it's Dillmain, and today we're going to be reviewing Summrs' newest full-length project, Fallen Raven. The album is 23 songs and right under an hour long at 55 minutes, which is actually pretty lengthy for somebody who is in the so-called underground scene still. Summrs has been teasing a full-length project for quite a while now, but would keep delaying the proper release. First, Summrs wouldn't drop on June 17th because he didn't want to drop on the same day as the top dog, Drizzy Dre. Then he would delay it once again on the 24th because his Double R brother and freaking collaborator Kankan would be dropping an EP. Summrs finally decided to drop on the 26th of June. The project would be released early in different time zones where it would already been past 12 a.m. Fans would upload and technically leak the project before it would have came out in the States just a few hours earlier. But all that aside, let's get into the content of this album, which I was personally extremely excited for. I'm not going to be covering all 23 tracks, but instead, I'm going to be covering a few tracks that stuck out to me personally. First track that caught my attention was of course the intro, Let the Birds Out. This serves as a perfect intro for a Summrs album. Not his usual loved pluggnb sound, but it was a great way to get people pumped for what he had in his bag. Another track that I personally liked was Twin Did That. This track showcases a more aggressive Reno where he briefly speaks about his court case, stating it's getting pushed back. Great track by Summrs. Another great track was Don't Mean Shit, excuse my language. It has a typical rage yeat type beat. Summrs really showcases his loose, quick flow on this track. This is much more of Summrs' newer, more refined sound, which isn't my cup of tea, but was actually quite enjoyable this time around. Now let's get into the good stuff. 5:35 a.m. interludes. This is a track that makes a transition from new style gangster swag rap Summrs to more emo, hypnotic, and trademark pluggnb sound Summrs. Song starts with an acoustic guitar and Summrs' auto-tune soaked vocals that really display a more emotional side of Summrs. This is one of my personal favorites from this project. Next song that I thoroughly enjoyed, Vailco, named after Vail, Colorado, which is a small town which I believe Summrs spent a vacation at a few months ago. Great, slower paced, atmospherical production where Summrs raps about his drug use and describes a high maintenance female partner. Super great song where Summrs kept it short and sweet. Summrs brings in another interlude track and then welcomes a track, Ashes. Sad sounding piano instrumental with Summrs talking about the same thing that he talked about in the track Vailco. Simple formula for Summrs, which always delivers by the way. Track 15, Cut So Deep 2, a sequel to one of my favorite Summrs songs of all time. Not gonna lie, I was a bit disappointed that this didn't borrow elements from the original. Still a great pluggnb Summrs track. Now, the third to last track, which I think should have ended the album, Dear Mom. This is probably the track with the most substance and probably the best track in the album. Summrs speaks about his relationship with his father, then transitions to paying tribute to his grandma who passed, which he often mentions in tracks. After that, he dedicates a part of the song to us, the fans. Tells us how he's been feeling unmotivated and thanks us for the support. Then promises us he's going to leave a legacy behind. The track ends with Summrs' drained out auto-tune vocals, which I think was a great touch. That's pretty much all the tracks that stood out to me from the Fallen Raven. Personally, one of my favorite Summrs projects up to date. This is really worth the wait, and as for a rating, I would give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. Thank you so much for tuning into my first album review. This is Dillmain, signing out.